ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all of you to our weekly online class. So as you know, today is the most auspicious festival of Rath Yatra, the grand chariot festival at Odisha. Today on this day, today I was hearing the news that today 25 lakh people assembled in the Puri. Can you imagine? 25 lakh. The 900 trains, emergency trains they put to Odisha, Puri for one day today. From all over the India, 900 trains are coming to Puri, and in evening they'll go out from the Puri for one day. So just imagine how many people are coming. So let's try to understand what is so special happened on this day. Why a lot of people are coming on this day to pull Jagannath's cart? What is that festival? What is the reason? What is the mystery of this Rath Yatra? Today's class will discuss on this past time. Okay. And as well also Puri, so this will come an add-on for the Yatra advertisement also. So let's try to discuss on the Rath Yatra festival. So I will be sharing my screen. I have made a few PPTs so you can see the pictures also. It will be very nice for you to understand. Okay. So Jagannath Puri Dham is known by so many different names. So there are very famous names are like Neelachal. Neela means blue in color. Achala means mountain. So this temple is situated on a blue mountain. That is how this place is called Neelachal. This is the first name. Second, Shankha Kshetra. Sankha means council. In Sanskrit, it is called Sankha, council. Kshetra means the area. So in Jagannath Puri, the Puri, Jagannath Puri is like a council. You can see this drawing. This side is the ocean and this side is the land. And just touching to the ocean, Jagannath Puri is there in the center. So the Puri Dham is like a council. So in Jagannath Puri, in the Odisha, Sankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, 4 are there in the Odisha. So Jagannath Puri is like a council, and Bhubaneswar, Konark, and Jajpur. These are the 4 symbols of Vishnu. Especially Jagannath Puri is the council. And then another name of Puri is Sri Kshetra. Sri Kshetra means what? Kshetra means area, like area. Sri means Sri is the energy of Lord Krishna. So here Krishna is situated as a Jagannath and Sri is Radharani. So Radharani is in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You might be knowing that when Chaitanya took sannyas, after taking sannyas, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. So Chaitanya is Krishna, but in the mood of Srimati Radharani, right? And Jagannath is Krishna, but he is in the mood of separation from Radharani. So here Lord Chaitanya is searching for Krishna and Jagannath is Radharani. And that's how the meeting takes place in Jagannath Puri. Sri means here Radha, Kshetra means Krishna is staying here. So here Radharani and Krishna are both, they are meeting together. That is how the name becomes Sri Kshetra. So these are the famous name of this place. And I was telling you that day only, the main temple, Sri Mandir, is non different than Dwarka Dham. And Dwarka Dham is Krishna as a king. It is Sharia. And the second picture you are seeing the Gundicha Mandir, where the Rath Yatra, they are pulling Krishna and they are taking Krishna to this temple today. That is called the Vrindavan Dham, where Radharani stays. That is called the Madhurya Rasa. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, also stayed in Jagannath Puri 18 years. In the house of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also you can stay. You can see that is called Gambhira. And Navadip Dham is Audarya Dham. Without seeing any qualification, Lord Chaitanya is to distribute Krishna Prem. That is how these three dham are present simultaneously at one dham, that is called Jagannath Puri. Dwarka, Vrindavan, Navadip. So that also I think we discussed in the last class. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to stay in Jagannath Puri, he is to remember always Vrindavan, and seeing the different aspect of Jagannath Puri, his remembrance towards Vrindavan is to increase. Just like there is a hill called Chataka Parvat. So whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to see Chatak Parvat, he used to shout, Govardhan, 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 and used to touch that Chatak Parvat. And this Parvat is till now, it is there. If we go there, we can see that Chatak Parvat. And then when Mahaprabhu used to see the ocean, he used to jump into that ocean, thinking it is a Yamuna river. So that is the second picture you can see. And there is a nice garden called Jagannath Vallabh Garden. So whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to see Jagannath Vallabh Garden, he used to tell that, oh, this is the Vrindavan. And he used to go inside that thinking at the Vrindavan. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to see all these things in Puri. And he used to think that these all are not different than the Vrindavan. Now, let's focus now to the next slide. So now today what I am going to do, I'll tell a nice story. In that story, how this Jagannath deity come into existence, is going to explain in detail in this story. So let's try to hear this story. So this story happened in the Satya Yuga. There used to be a king called Indradimna, and he was a very pious king, and he had a desire to see Lord face to face. So then Narada comes and he tells that, okay, you want to see Lord? Then better, because this Indradumna, his headquarters was Madhya Pradesh, Avanti, Ujjain. There he was the main king of the whole Bharatavarsha. So then the person, Narada Muni, told that if you want to see God, better you go to Utkal, Odisha. There you can see God. So then Indradumna thought that, oh, nice. Well, because God is there existing as a Nil Madhav, you can see face to face. So then Indradumna made 4 parties, and he sends the 4 parties in the 4 directions. And he tells him that find out this God. So 3 of the party they returned, west, north, south. But the party who went to the eastern direction, the minister name was Vidyapati. And he went, and when he reached this Utkal, this Odisha, he found that actually there used to be a king of tribal, Sabar Raja. Sabar means in Sanskrit it is tribal people. So he was the king of the tribal community, Sabar Raja. His name is Vishwavasu. So this person used to worship this deity of Nil Madhav every day in a jungle. So this Vidyapati, the minister, come to know that, Are Baba, he is worshipping directly the Nil Madhav, and our king is searching for this deity. I'll tell to the king. But then he thought that first I'll check let me see whether really he is worshipping or not. So, but this Vishwavasu, every day he used to go alone, and nobody could go with him. He is the only one person. He used to go into the deep forest and worship the deity, and he used to return. Then Vidyapati, he thought to make relationship with Vishwavasu, and apparently he married to the daughter of Vishwavasu. The daughter of Vishwavasu name was Lalita, and he married to Lalita. Then he stayed in the house of Vishwavasu, and then he used to go more in details of the deity, how he used to go every day, is going night and coming in the morning, all the bhoga prasad is bringing. So then Vidyapati told to the wife, Lalita, tell to your to take me also. But Lalita tells that, my father is very strict and he will not take you. He goes alone only. And then he requests that, please, you are my wife. And then Lalita requests father that do something. And the father was denying, but then the daughter also become very, he was trying to request so much. And at last the father, as to please the daughter, the father agreed. But the father had a condition that I'll blindfold my son-in-law, and then I will take you. So Vidyapati become, okay, whatever, I'll get to see the darshan now. So but Vidyapati was the minister, right? He was very clever. So what he did, he told to his wife that, give me some mustard seeds. She gave some mustard seeds. So Vidyapati, while going, he was putting all the mustard seeds on the ground. And he went and he saw the darshan, everything, and he returned. And then what happened, when Vidyapati returned, so Vidyapati got the confirmation that deity is there and every day is taking darshan. So now my duty is to go to the king and inform about this deity. And immediately Vidyapati comes to the king, Indradumna, and tells all this story. And he tells that, don't worry, you just come with me. I've already put the mustard seeds. And by the time we will go, the plants will be grown. And we can see the road in the jungle. And I'll directly take you. King king with the whole army from the Ujjain. King comes to the Utkal Desh. And he takes king to the same exact spot. By the time the king Indradumna comes there, Lord is not there. So then Indradumna tells, Vidyapati, what is this? I saw the Lord here only. But where is the Lord now? Lord is not there. And the king becomes very, because king is also a big devotee, exalted devotee. And then king cries and prays to Lord that I'm so unfortunate that I couldn't see you, my Lord. And that time a voice from the sky comes. And the Lord tells that, my dear king, actually I was Nila Madhav for the 50 years of Brahma. And from now onwards, I will be visible as a Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. No more this form will be visible to the whole world. So what you do Aswamedha Yajna, and in few days, 3 logs of wood will flow in the ocean and you will get it. And from that logs of wood, you carve the deity of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and you worship here exactly at this place and make a big temple. So Indradumna became very happy and he started worshiping Lord. And in few days, as the Lord has informed, big logs of wood came in the ocean. And they took the logs of wood. At that time, the Vishwakarma, the heavenly carpenter, he came, and carpenter came, and he told that I'll carve the deities, but I need 21 days to carve the deities. And in the Gundicha temple, because Indradumna Maharaj's wife was Gundicha Devi. So in the Gundicha temple, I'll carve the deities, but nobody should disturb me for these 21 days. So king, okay, no problem. And then he started carving the deities. And every day king used to put his ear and hear the sound. Tuck, 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 tuck. Now the sound is coming, means the work is going on, work in progress. So after 15th day, the sound was not coming. The Gundicha, the queen, become very anxious that she tells that, king, go and see, check. Since last 15 days, he has not eaten anything. He might have died. Go and check. So then Raja thinks, okay, that is also a valid point. And when the king opens the door, he sees this Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. Apparently, king becomes surprised to see that, the deities are not complete, the hand, the feet, it is not complete. I did such an offense. Before 21st day, I opened. Now the deities are incomplete. What a mistake I did. And he was crying. That time, the voice from the sky comes and he told us that, don't worry, king. Actually, this is the exact form we want to give darshan in this Kali Yuga. So it is all happening by our desire. Don't worry. You just install these deities. And then king made a big temple and he was about to install. And then he thinks that, let me go and call Brahmaji for inauguration. And when he goes to Brahmalok for inviting, one moment in Brahmalok is equivalent to lakhs and lakhs of years in this earthly planet. By the time he returns, it was already different yuga only. And then Brahma comes, and then the Indradumna Maharaj inaugurated the temple. And that's how the Jagannath Baldev Subhadra temple was inaugurated by Brahma Dev himself. And that's how the temple was made. Now, what is why Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra, they look like this? What is the reason behind that? I'm going to tell you that reason. So one day, what happened in the Dwarka, all the queens, they used to hear that Krishna is always in the middle of the night. Krishna starts shouting about Radhe, Lalitae, Visakha. So then all the queens, they were 16,108 queens. And they used to surprise that we all are trying our level best to serve Krishna. And Krishna is remembering gopis of Vrindavan, Braja gopis. They are so far. So what's the wrong? So one day they were talking and Rohini Mata came. And all these queens, they asked Rohini. So Rohini told that actually Rohini is a single lady. She was in Vrindavan, also she was in Dwarka. So when Kamsa was doing all his atrocity, that time Vasudev sent Rohini to Vrindavan. So Rohini was there in the Vrindavan that time. And Balramji was the son of Rohini, right? And Rohini saw all the pastime of Krishna in Vrindavan. So Rohini told that he can't understand the beautiful pastime of Krishna, what he did in Vrindavan. Because of that, the gopis are very special. So then all the queens tell, okay, please explain those pastime. So Rohini tells that I can explain you, but I can't guarantee you that if Krishna and Balaram will hear all this pastime, then they will leave everything and they will go to Vrindavan. Are you ready? So then the whole queen thinks, right this, eh? And then they tell Subhadra that you become the security guard at the doorstep. And let Rohini explain all this story and we will hear. And you stand at the doorstep and you don't allow Krishna and Balram inside. Okay? So Subhadra takes that Herculean task of be the security guard. And then Rohini started narrating all the beautiful pastimes of Krishna, Balaram with the gopis, Ras Leela, this, that. They were hearing, all were mesmerized to hear those pastimes. And then he was telling one day they were doing some yajna on the birthday of Krishna. And practically they have invited all the kings of the whole world. And that time, even the Brajavasis came. But when the Brajavasis came, the wife of Ugrasen Maharaj, Padmavati, she became very annoyed. She tells that you all Brajavasis torture Krishna like anything. You used to send Krishna for cow herding. You used to put Krishna for churning the butter. What kind of people you are? So Padmavati tells that you Yasoda, Nanda Baba, you can't participate in the yajna. And Yasoda become very morose. And then he tells her, how can I call Krishna? Krishna is sitting in the yajna. That time Narada Muni comes, and Narada Muni tells that if a mother calls a child, then it is not an offense. Really? If the mother will call the child, then it's not the offense? Yeah. So then he tells that, okay, let Devaki call the Krishna. So Devaki shouts, Krishna, but Krishna doesn't come. And then Narada Muni tells, okay, Mata Yasoda, you call Krishna. So then Yasoda shouts, Kana, Kana. In 3 times when he's shouting Kana, Krishna just runs towards Devaki. And Krishna comes and Krishna jumps into Devaki's lap, practically. And everybody was mesmerized to say, my God. And then Devaki was embracing Krishna and the milk started flowing from the breast of Devaki. And so all were stunned to see the motherly affection of Yasoda Mata towards Krishna. And it was proved that these Brajavasis have unalloyed love towards Krishna, and Krishna loves them like anything. And all this pastime these queens are hearing, and they were totally stunned. And Subhadra is also stunned. And by this time, Krishna and Balaram, they were on the both sides of Subhadra, and they were also stunned to see. So when you are stunned and you are surprised, what happened? Your eyes become dilated. Suppose a snake comes to your suddenly in front of you, how your eye become big. Na? Similarly, Krishna, Balaram, Subhadra's eyes, you can see are big eyes. And Krishna's eye can 360-degree, fully big, because he got the maximum ecstasy. And when you become very surprised or shocked of any kind of message, your body become like a stone, like a wood, stunned. So that's how their body become like an wood. And their hands, legs are shrunken inside because of this ecstasy. And this is the form. And by that time, Narada Muni comes there. I have seen the form. I have seen the form. And Krishna, what form you saw? My Lord, I saw the secret form of yours. And then Krishna tells that, okay, so don't tell anybody. So then Narada Muni tells her, no, I want, what is the secrecy? What is the secret of this form? Please tell me, Lord. And then Krishna tells that, Narada Muni, in the Kali Yuga, in this form, I will be worshipped in Jagannath Puri. Odisha. And the whole world will come to see me in Jagannath Puri. And that is how form appeared like this in Jagannath. Lord tells that in the Satyuga people worship Badrika Ashram. That is the god of Satyuga. And the Rameswaram is the god of Treta Yuga. Dwarka Dham is the god of Dwapar Yuga. But Jagannath Puri is the god of Kali Yuga. So the four Char Dham, each god is the god of one of the Yuga. In this way, Kali Yuga, Jagannath Puri Dham would be very famous, and that's how in the Rath Yatra 25 lakh people from all over the world are coming to pull this Rath Yatra. Okay, now I would be telling the pastime behind the three cart. Why in the Rath Yatra they make such a big cart, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra cart? What is the pastime behind that? So one day what happened in the Dwarka, Krishna was remembering Radharani and all the gopis, and Krishna became unconscious. And then all the gopis, they were trying to make Krishna conscious, but he was unconscious and he was crying, Radhe, 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 he was crying. So 16,108 queens, they were looking at Krishna, my God, what happened to him? Calling Radhe, Radhe. And that time Narad Muni comes there. And all tell, see Narad Muni, yeah, he's remembering Radharani and he's not eating anything, not drinking anything, fully unconscious. What to do now? And Narad Muni tells, it's very serious now. The situation is very serious. So one thing I can do, I can chant the songs of Radharani, and when I'll chant with my Veena instrument, then he will get his consciousness. But the thing is that the moment he will come to consciousness, he will directly run towards Vrindavan. Nobody can stop. Oh, really? Yeah. Now you decide what to do now. You know, all the queens, they're meeting and they think, so better than unconsciousness, better go to Vrindavan, because we can't see him in this situation. But then, Narad Muni then says that, you know what is happening in the Vrindavan? Krishna promised to come to Vrindavan, but since last 100 years, Krishna has not returned. All the gopis are crying, Yashoda Mata is crying, everywhere tears of river are flowing. Practically, Radharani is in a bed of death. Anytime Radharani may leave his body. And practically, this is the situation of Vrindavan. And at this moment, if Krishna will go, can you imagine how much pain he will get? What to do now? At least one of you go to Vrindavan and give the good message that Krishna is coming, so that they can welcome Krishna with a good atmosphere that will be pleasing to Krishna, right? Ah, yes. Who will go now? And they say, let Uddhav go. Uddhav, I won't go, Baba. Why? Because already Krishna sent me once with a letter to Vrindavan. I'm practically humbled. And I told everybody that I'll send Krishna back. But Krishna didn't want. Now second time if I'll go, they'll beat me up. I can't take the risk. Oh, really? Okay, who will go now? And they say now, okay, Baldev ji, you go. Balram tells that I stayed in Vrindavan for 2 months. And I practically promised the Gopi, Yashoda Mata, everybody that I'll send Krishna next day. But this, my younger brother, he listens everything of me, but he doesn't listen of going to Vrindavan. I don't know why, but I can't also go. I can't take risk again. So then all were thinking, who will go then? And then Subhadra Mai comes, the sister of Krishna. She tells that I am ready to go Vrindavan. I'll go Vrindavan. And being a lady, I can understand the emotions of ladies. And I can explain Mata Yashoda, Radharani, Gopis, everything in a nice way. And I'll create the ambience there for Krishna's welcome. Oh, very good. Please go ahead. And then Subhadra was just mounting her chariot. And that time Baladev thinks that, how can my sister will go alone? Come on. I should also accompany my sister, right? As an elder brother. So then Baladev also gives order, please take my chariot also. And then Baladev sits in the front chariot. In the first chariot, Baladev goes, and then Subhadra followed Baladev's chariot. That's how in Jagannath Puri, the first Baladev's chariot comes out, and then Subhadra's chariot comes out in the early morning. And Jagannath is still inside the temple. And then Narada Muni tells, all are ready? Ready? Okay. And then Narada Muni bajaye bina Radhika Ramana Name. Narada Muni started singing the names of Sri Radha. The moment Narada Muni started singing with the Veena, instrument, Krishna comes to the consciousness, and Krishna shouting Radha, Radha, Radha. And then Krishna says, Narada Muni, Narad, what you are doing in the Vrindavan? And Krishna says, where is my flute? Then all these queens, what you are doing in Vrindavan? Come on, this is Vrindavan, not Dwarka. And Narada Muni tells, my lord, this is not Vrindavan, this is actually Dwarka. And I know that you want to go to Vrindavan. So for you, we have already prepared the chariot. Please get onto the chariot, we will take you to Vrindavan. But Krishna was so intoxicated with the love of Radharani that Krishna is not able to move, is not able to walk, because so much of emotional turmoil is going on. So then practically Uddhava, Narada, they hold Krishna, they lift Krishna, and they put Krishna in the chariot, because Krishna is not able to walk. And that is called Pahandi Vijay. You will see in the Jagannath Puri also, they lift Jagannath and they bring to cart. And if you see how they lift, Jagannath front, back, side, front, back. It's like an intoxicated madman, a drunkard man. He walks like that because he was totally intoxicated with the love of Srimati Radharani, and he's not able to walk. He needs the help of his devotee for putting him into the cart. And that's how Narada Muni, Uddhava, they put Krishna into the cart. And as soon as Krishna sits in the cart, Daruka, the charioteer, immediately drive the cart towards the Vrindavan. And then Krishna, by the time Krishna was about to reach Vrindavan, practically Radharani was in the verge of death. She was sleeping in the lap of Lalita Sakhi, and everybody was chanting the name of Krishna so that she can have the life air to meet Krishna. And they were putting cotton at the nose so that they can see whether she has life or not. And that is the situation of Srimati Radharani. The whole Brajavasi, they were stunned to see Radharani is that about to leave his body. And then Abhimanyu, Ayan Ghosh, the husband of Srimati Radharani, he comes and cries at the feet of Radharani, and he tells that actually your actual husband is Krishna. I just married to a shadow Radharani. I'm nothing. I'm just fortunate enough to take your dust of your lotus feet. And then Kutila comes, the sister-in-law of Radharani, and she always sees to blame Radharani for her chastity. And Kutila also begged forgiveness and puts dust from Radharani's feet on his head. And that time Chandravali comes. Chandravali is the opponent of Srimati Radharani. Sometimes Krishna, to make Radharani angry, Krishna goes to Chandravali's party. So Radharani is a leftist party, Chandravali is a rightist party. So Chandravali comes also ask forgiveness from Radharani, and Chandravali tells her, just to release your love, Parakya Ras, Krishna is to come to me. Otherwise, there is nothing like that. You are the ultimate love of Krishna. And all were praying Srimati Radharani. And that is the time there Krishna's cart reaches Vrindavan. And the moment Krishna touches his feet into Vrindavan, a sound vibration goes and touches Radharani's body, and Radharani regains to her original consciousness. But seeing Radharani in these ways, Krishna becomes stunned to see Radharani in the verge of death. Again, Krishna's eyes become dilated, become round, and body becomes stunned like an wood. His hands, feet, everything sunken into the body like a turtle. He was in the water pool of Radharani's love. That is how the wood comes in the ocean, and they carve the deity from that wood, because Krishna was like practically swimming in the ocean of Radharani's love. And he was practically stunned. Krishna was seeing Radharani. Tears were coming out from Krishna's eye. And all the gopis that time, they say in Radharani's ear that Krishna has arrived. Krishna has come. Please open your eye. And this acts as a medicine to Radharani. Immediately Radharani opens the eye, and all the energy regains, and Radharani walks towards Krishna. But Krishna is practically unconscious in the Jagannath Bhav, the Mahabhav. Practically, and Radharani touches Krishna's body, and then Krishna regains to his original consciousness. And that is how the meeting of Radha and Krishna happens after 100 years in this ways of Jagannath Puri. And then Krishna tells that because my brother Baladev and Subhadra, my sister, they helped me to come to Vrindavan. So each year in Jagannath Puri, they will also be worshipped with me. And this is the only temple here you can see Krishna is not with Radharani, but Krishna is with Balaram and Subhadra, brother and sister. This is the reason why Jagannath tells, and they will be worshipped with me. And Rath Yatra means this is the day Jagannath goes from this Dwarka to Gundicha Mandir. Gundicha Mandir is the Vrindavan where Radharani is staying. Jagannath goes from Dwarka to meet Radharani. That is how so many people comes to pull Jagannath's cart. You can see practically it's the ocean of people. 25 lakh people stand in this grand road and they practically take the chariot. Its chariot's height is 200, more than 200 feet height. Can you imagine? It's a big chariot. And they pull this chariot. Practically, it's a ocean of people. And they take chariot to Gundicha temple. So why so many people come to pull chariot? There is also a pastime behind that. The pastime goes like that. When Krishna was in Dwarka, in one of the solar eclipse, Krishna, Balram, Subhadra with all the Yadu dynasty, they came to Kurukshetra for doing an sacrifice. And that time, even the Brajavasis also, they came to Kurukshetra for the puja. And when Radharani, all the gopis, they saw Krishna, Radharani tells that you are the same Krishna. Come on. But the emotions are not coming in my heart. The way we used to have pastimes in Vrindavan, the same pastimes you can't perform right now. Why? Because you are in a royal king now. You are wearing a golden ornament. You are with the council. You are with the bow and arrow, with the sword. You are like a king. So I can't match my emotions with you. I love the Krishna in the Vrindavan, who is decorated with the Vajanti Mala, Kadamba flower, and the bank of Yamuna. There only my emotions will come. So please come with me to Vrindavan, to the Yamuna, to the Govardhan, and we can have a nice pastime. So Krishna was telling, wait for some more time. I have a few more demons to kill, then I'll come. But then all the gopis, they started pulling the cart of Krishna. You can see in the picture, all the gopis, they're pulling the cart of Krishna towards Vrindavan. And they were trying the level best to take Krishna towards Vrindavan. And this is the festival of Rath Yatra. The Rath Yatra festival, all the devotees from all across the world, they come and they take Krishna from Dwarka, from the Kurukshetra to Gundicha Mandir, that is the Vrindavan. And that is how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to tell when he used to there in Jagannath Puri for 18 years. Practically each Rath Yatra festival, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance for Jagannath, because Jagannath is Krishna, but in the separation of Srimati Radharani, that is the roop of Jagannath, right? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Krishna, but in Radharani's mood. So he's like in Radharani. So it's Jagannath in separation of Radharani and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in separation of Krishna. So both are seeing each other. Just imagine what is like an union it is. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to tell, Anyara hridaya mana mora mana Vrindavan mone bane eka kari jani. Taha tomar pad dwaye karha jadi uday tobe tomar purna kripa mani. Anyara hridaya mana. Everyone's heart and mind are different. In the mind, they think something else. In the heart, something different. But Mora Mana Vrindavana. But my mind is always Vrindavan, or my mind and my heart both are one. That is Vrindavan. So, my Lord, please come to my heart. Actually, this should be the prayer of sadhaka in this Rath Yatra. So, we should make our heart Vrindavan. So, how will you make our heart Vrindavan? By chanting the holy name. So when you chant the holy name, by chanting, by doing bhajan kriya, by sadhana, our anartha nivriti takes place and our heart becomes purified and it will become an abode of Vrindavan. And then in this abode of Vrindavan, we can pull Jagannath and Jagannath can reside in our heart and we can get reciprocation from Jagannath. So that every sadhaka should try. And this Jagannath Rath Yatra, practically the founder of ISKCON, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, practically he made this Jagannath Rath Yatra so famous in all over the world. And nowadays, practically each and every country they do Jagannath Rath Yatra. New York, London, France, Germany, Japan, Pakistan, China, Russia, every country, wherever there is a ISKCON center, they do this Rath Yatra festival in a grand way in the road. So Jagannath the master of the Jagat, universe. Practically, Prabhupada made Jagannath the master of the universe. In every country, he brought Jagannath. And today, Rath Yatra is celebrated in all the country. That is how I thought, because today is the Rath Yatra festival, so thought of sharing the pastimes behind the deities of Jagannath Rath Yatra and how this Rath Yatra festival is happening. So thought of sharing that. Hare Krishna. Anybody have any questions or any comment? Can share. You can unmute yourself and you can share your comment, questions, or if you have any reflection on Rath Yatra.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So the Gundecha Mandir has Radha Krishna ka murti.
Sorry, Mataji?
The Gundecha Mandir, where they pull the Lord and take him there. That Mandir, there is the idol of Radha Krishna will be there.
So there exactly, there is no idol. That is like in Vrindavan Dham. So, but Radharani is there. So whenever they pull the cart for this 10 days, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, they stay in that Vrindavan.
Okay.
And after 10 days, again they return to Dwarka Dham.
So there is no representation of Radharani in Gundecha.
There is no such deities are there, but it's a Vrindavan. There is Radharani, Yashoda, all are there like that. That is how there are a lot of people, they come because Krishna is helpless to go to Vrindavan. So whoever comes to pull Jagannath to take him to Vrindavan, he shower his mercy on him. That's how so many people come, because it's like an discount offer. Lord is helpless. So Lord tells that whoever will helping me to go to Vrindavan to meet Radharani, so he would be my best devotee. That's how a lot of people come to help. Hare Krishna. Anybody have any else, any other comment or any question?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। प्रभु जी, हमने मीरा रोड का रथ यात्रा आज अटेंड किया है।
अरे वाह,
बहुत अच्छा लगा है। राधिका भी था साथ में।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
So Jagannath Baldev, so that they reached the temple.
वो हमने वो मतलब ये मोर देन 1 किलोमीटर हमने ट्रैवल किए, उसके बाद रथ के साथ, उसके बाद मैं बेटी को लेके वापस आया, तो टायर्ड हो जाएगा ना।
Yeah, in Mira Road they do every day, because Mira Road ISKCON they have Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, na?
हाँ, yes.
Yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Radhika, you pulled Jagannath Rath Yatra? Jagannath cart you pulled? Also dance in the kirtan? Dance in the kirtan?
Yes.
Yes. Very nice.
जगन्नाथ का कुछ बताना है मुझे।
अरे बाप रे, बताइए।
जगन्नाथ और बलराम रहते में ऐसे खींच रखे ऐसे जा रहा था, तभी एक हम लेता था उधर, तभी हम लोग लेता तो हम लोग आगे चला गया।
तो आज का ये बता रहे हैं प्रभु जी।
आगे गया तो तभी वो भी आगे आया था। उसके बाद में दादी रथ खींचा था, तभी एक जगन्नाथ जी खुश हो गए थे। तभी स्टेशन तक पहुंच के वो घर में गया। इसके
जगन्नाथ घर में आ गए। जगन्नाथ कम टू होम। वेरी नाइस। जगन्नाथ को घर पहुंचा दिया राधिका ने।
नहीं, मेरे दादी ने किया है।
अच्छा, चलो हरे कृष्ण।
नहीं, पापा
so Papa is coming on 25th June to Govardhan Eco Village for Rath Yatra. So we'll meet on 25th June.
यस
Radhika.
प्रभु जी, यस प्रभु जी।
Yeah.
वहां पे
Very
भी
good.
बहुत बहुत मजा आते हैं, मतलब कीर्तन वो सब को सुन के है ना,
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
मम्मी
Those who want to participate in Govardhan Eco Village Rath Yatra, all are welcome. On 25th June, Sunday, we are celebrating Rath Yatra in Govardhan Eco Village. We will pull Jagannath from the Gaushala to main temple, 2 kilometers.
मुझे और कुछ पता है।
Hare Krishna. Anybody have anything else to say? Vishal, Shravanji, Sarajji, Bindu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I also
Hare
have,
Krishna.
I don't know, maybe it is out of context, but the Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he had recited the Aarti, the, like, you know, the Gagan Mein Thal at the Jagannath Puri, the beach, the very beach. He was invited to come inside the temple to attend the Aarti. But instead of attending the Aarti, he recited the Gagan Mein Thal, the Aarti at the Jagannath Puri only temple. I don't remember the name of the king who invited him to come inside the temple, and he just recited along with his I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. So that's also one of the pastime I just recall. That is a very famous Aarti in Sikhism, Gagan Mein Thal, and it was recited in the very beach behind the Jagannath temple.
Okay. Nice.
And Prabhuji, one more I had to ask. So many people, like, you know, it is said that every time on the today was very hot in at the Puri. Today also it rained over there. I don't have the update.
It's like doesn't rain like a heavy rain, but it's like sprinkles sometime between sprinkles like that. Or if there
It was
is
very
no,
hot. They were already the government was giving the, like, you know, they were using the fire brigade for the sprinkler.
so they do,
Yeah.
because practically this is the season, the hottest time. June is in the Odisha, it's very hot. Hare Krishna. Anybody have anything else to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sir, what's the timing on 25th June for Govardhan Rath Yatra for Govardhan Eco Village?
Yes, 25th June, it will begin from 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Okay.
to 6 p.m. Rath Yatra, then cultural event, Katha Kirtan, and then from 7:30 dinner prasadam for all.
Okay, Radha Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Mataji. How you joined our class, Mataji? First time I am seeing you today.
Actually, my child used to join always, but this time they were not at home, so I have joined.
Oh, our
Rudra.
what's the name of Rudra?
Yes.
Acha. You are from where you are placed?
I'm from Badlapur, Mumbai.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mataji, for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ji, Bindu Mataji, you want to say something? And what about the registration? Yatra, you did all registration?